Yes everyone, it's time for another cosplay video. I am so excited for part 1. This is part 1 of the GIFany from Gravity Falls cosplay, and I'm really excited for this to show you how I did it. It was a really long road ahead because I had no idea how to do things, but I did plan them out eventually. Let's start with the easy as cosplay prop bow from GIFany. I decided to use cardboard since cardboard is easily to bend and get it easier into shape. I can also use it better to paper mache so it stays in shape and paint as well. Next is this step that you should totally ignore because this did not plan out as I thought it would plan out. This failed, so ignore this please, thank you. So the hip myself made across from Hunter Inc.'s Hunter Suzuki Marusaki. I was busy with a different cosplay where I needed the hot glue, so I'm just gonna fix this up again because it got stuck in a drawer. This is made of clay. You can clearly tell it's self-made, but I'm still proud of it. It got stuck in the drawer and it just snapped off. And when I grabbed it, the chain from behind to keep it actually straight up also snapped off. That's so sad. I used this like once. Don't worry, I'm gonna cosplay her as well. I just need to find the wig that's also lost somewhere, and then I'll be cosplaying her on my TikTok as well. But let's just fix this first. Jess, can you see I'm busy? What is it? Are you gonna steal my box? What you doing? Sort of, don't come up here. I'm busy with hot stuff. What are you doing? Are you leaving? Get back. It's time to paper mache this bow. I found paper mache easier to use, so I can paint it over easier so the cardboard doesn't go too soft. This one is also for the ribbon. I found this easier to use for the, well, I don't know what it's called actually. You'll see. Yes? Can I help you? We need to cut your nails. Get down! Down, boy! They're long as frick! What are you doing? Don't steal my stuff. He keeps stealing my stuff. Did you know it's not nice of you, Jess, if you keep stealing my stuff? You know that's not nice. Then stop doing it. He's like, nope, I'm not gonna stop doing it, bitch. Oh boy. Next is the paint. I found this yellow to be too yellowish for the ribbon, since the ribbon really seemed like a pastel yellow, so I just used the white and mixed it up together to make it slightly lighter. And I really like how it turned out. Next thing on her ribbon seems to be like some HDMI, or I don't know what it's called in English. So I decided to use this foam for it since it's very light and also very easily to insert. On the back of it I just made a hole and fit it right in there. Then I was like, hey, I got a perfect idea. I can use the silver spray and just spray it silver. It must be looking really good. But I decided to test it first, and it was not a good idea. This stuff literally eated away part of the foam. So this idea was scrapped off, but I'm glad I tested it out at first. So I just decided to get some black paints, get some white paints, mix them to a little bit of gray. But the gray went a little darker on the foam than I expected. So that was kind of a little bit of a sad part. GIFany has on her headphones, and maybe paint a bit around it to make a bit of a shade. Then finally, when all is finished, I grabbed my best friend, the hot glue, and just glued everything together. So my next step was clearly a bad idea. When I attached the awful thing, I decided, hey, how can I clip it on my head? I can use this clip. It didn't work. None whatsoever. It did not work. That was the worst decision I've made in my life. But alright, next is this perfect old pink raincoat that I saved. I'm really glad I saved it because this is the perfect shade of pink. I didn't know anything about that. I decided to cut a ribbon beforehand to make sure that I have enough cloth for the rest of the clothes, since GIFany also has pink on her shirt. luckily having enough cloth, this royal blue was just perfect. I just cut around like the neck area from the old shirts to have this around this neck area. I first attached it to the shirt and then I just fabric glued it around the shirt. But I did that once everything got together and I make sure it sticks together. Jess! Oh my god! Jess! What the fuck? The fuck, dude? You just took my ball of yarn, sir.
It's a cat and it's a ball of yarn. That's what they do.
I was so busy. I saw him just walking out with that. Yeah, you stole my ball of yarn. Oh. You already took that thing, that red thing over there. What more do you want from me? It's mine. Oh my God. Jeez. Chess has so many toys, yet he decides to take more. Anyway, I also got this perfect yellow sheet. Why do I have so many perfect things except the same color blue as that shirt in a skirt? I still haven't found anything that I can use for a skirt, but that will hopefully be in part 2. So when the yellow is attached, I just tested out the ribbon and I don't know about it yet because it's so wrinkly. You okay? What is it? Can mommy have a break? Mommy's been working really hard. Sir? What is it? Once I think everything is attached, then I'm just going to fabric glue it to make sure it doesn't move around a lot. I made sure for the pink to cut a little more outside, and of course I used the glue to make sure that the rough edges are gone away. The next one is for the sleeves. The sleeves have also the same very blue. My sleeves aren't long enough for it, so I think I need to attach those to make sure that it's longer. Jess, I'm busy. What are you doing? I'm busy. Get out of here. Stop it. He's only allowed in my room if I am here, because there's so many objects I don't want to touch. But he feels lonely when I close the door. Are you gonna sit over there? You gonna sit over there now? Remain seated. Since it was quite hard to do exactly like the sleeve making longer thing, so I asked for my boyfriend if he had some sort of tube that I could use, and he has this poster tube, so I borrowed it for a bit to make sure that the sleeves are round and that the measurements were correctly. So yet again I used pins to just attach them around to make sure that I have enough cloth for it, because I was afraid that it's a little too short. Since you know what the deal is, and this one takes for fucking ever, we're going to move on with the wig making. I got this beautiful pink wig from Sheen or Shine, I don't know how many people call it. So I just brushed the entire wig out, and then I yet again started cramping it and brushing it and cramping it to make sure that it's fluffed enough for me to cut it. And when I looked at that thing, I was like, wow, I managed to do it again. I fucked up the wig. I was so disappointed. I was like, this is not going to be my destiny. So yet again, I decided to fix this wig for like, I don't know how many times I fixed wigs, but this one was really ruined. Since this GIFany had this like stick out in front of her hair, I wanted to try to get that. So I bought this ball of yarn. And I was like, you know what if I just make my own wig with this? I tried to pull apart the fibers, I tried to brush it, I tried to straighten it, I tried to use a crimper, anything that I thought was going to work. And it just didn't. I got so frustrated. I was like, why the hell are these people making cool wigs out of yarns? And there's just me struggling to even get this like yarn shape out of this wig. I was brushing the hell out of this and it took way too long. But I decided on myself, you know what? I'm gonna take a break. I got to vacation with my boyfriend and I got out refreshed and it actually was okay after that. I found my dipper hat. I was looking for this original dipper hat forever and I was so sad that I couldn't find it. It's a bit moss. I had number 2, I had Tyrone's. And I was like, where the fuck is my original one? I was so sad I couldn't find it. And I actually got upset every time. And just now I looked at my hat while looking in the closet for a box. And I looked at the Tyrone hat and I'm like, the fake ass dipper hat. And I was like, I'm so sad it's still gone. And I wanted to buy a new one, but I was so depressed about it. But I found it! Apparently it was in my box with my witch's hat and other random pants like that I'm going to use for my sewings. So yeah, I found it. I'm so glad. I'm really happy that I found my original dipper hat from Gravity Falls. I was so upset that that it was gone, but there it is. I found it. Finally, I have returned from vacation. I have refreshed, I've got some quietness, and I was going to try this again. Not sure how, but I was not about to give up on this week. So I just kept brushing. I tried to use bigger chunks. I guess I got it a little bit, so I just decided to start with it. So again, I used a lot of fluffiness to make sure it sticks out. So I still have like parts of the original wig in the trash bin. So I decided to mix that up a little bit to make sure not too much yarn sticks out. And it actually turned out to be okay. I made sure it's long this time so I can get it and the way I want to. And I just just how I wanted it. With like this thing over here. I really like it. I still need to paint the bits of this, but I was afraid of painting it onto the bow. Not sure if the mechanism I put on will work. Actually, I also put it the wrong way, which is yeah, which is very disappointing. I put everything the wrong way. Maybe I'll remove it and retry again, or I'm gonna find another way to fix this because I've been stupid and mistakes have been made, but it's coming along just fine. I don't really regret it. I think this is a bit too high, so I might really remove it. Yeah, this one doesn't really do this anymore. I don't know how to do that, but I'm afraid I'll break it, so I need to find a different way. But overall, it looks great. Exactly how I want it, so let's not touch it any further. And I have decided that I didn't like the top thing of the ribbon, so I carefully just carved it out. I was really afraid I was gonna destroy the entire thing, but I decided to just be very careful, and I actually managed to cut everything out just as nicely. It's just a bit stained from the bits of leftovers, but the staining isn't really visible, and if I get like another thing around it, I think it should be okay. So I will be fixing all of this in the next part of GIFany Cosplay. Thank you so much for not watching because I don't have any followers. My next few projects will be a rainbow high doll, making it for my candy. I have bought these color and create, and I will turn it into an original rainbow high doll. Of course, my next cosplay after GIFany will be silver, but since that will be a big project, I will be already starting on it, and meanwhile I'll be trying to finish GIFany. Please follow my TikTok and Instagram. My TikTok will be listed in the description, so is my playlist. Also subscribe and check out my other videos. Don't forget to sub for the only Bunnerrup, and I really hope to see you on the next video. Goodbye!